Artio? More like Fartio. So as chosen by my patrons in a poll, our friendly neighbourhood Celtic bitch is next on the chopping block. If you want to have a say and vote in polls for future rants and guides plus other awards, check out my Patreon page linked below. It helps me remain independent and still make edgy videos like these without worrying about YouTube's demonetization bots. So shameless plugs aside, Artio is long overdue for a rant, and I'm secretly kinda glad she won the poll. I mean seriously, who at low res decided it was a good idea to let a god AoE cripple for 6 seconds straight? Like, Ares can cripple you for 8 seconds if you maximise his chains, but they're skill intensive to hit and he can only hit a single target with each chain. Artio can cripple an entire team if she wanted to, and can't miss because she gets a square fucking kilometre of nipple crippleness all around her that of course lasts for those 6 seconds that I mentioned earlier. Literally, this ability alone hard counters like 10 gods and it's a basic ability with a 14-second cooldown. So with some CDR, that's like an 8.4-second cooldown and it lasts for 6 seconds. So yeah, she can almost cripple you for longer than she has to wait to cripple you again. What the fuck are you smoking, low-res? Anyone who's tried to play Fenrir, Arthur, Awelix, or frankly anyone with significant movement knows what it's like to throw their respective system out of a third story window over this shit. I promise this isn't just an Artio's 2 rant, but we're not even done yet with this ability. On top of making almost every god's life a misery with this one ability, it also reduces enemy power by up to 25%. So any of you who are just rushing down to the comments saying, Artio's 2 does no damage, just focus her down and kill her. Yeah, just delete that. Yep. Thank you. Against a late game mage, 25% can be upwards to 150 or even 200 power you're taking away from them while they can't get away, and you can also still face rate them with the rest of your kit all while this happens. Okay, I promise we're done with her 2 for now. Psych! Brain Dead Tio is a stance switcher, and so for no reason at all she gets a second 2 to use. Granted, her 2 in bear form is substantially less rage inducing. Comparing this to nipple cripple is like comparing stubbing your toe to dropping the soap in the prison showers at Alcatraz. Though it doesn't get off scot-free, stubbing your toe is still a bitch. Much like Artio actually. Normally a 1.4 second stun that does no damage will be fine, even if it is in a pretty big AoE, but the fact that this ability activates within 0.3 frames of you pressing the button and gives you 30 free protections, just makes it the absolute worst for certain gods. A Thor spinning to win and seeing an enemy Artio induces stress levels comparable with citizens of Nagasaki on August 9th, 1945. And you know what, just for fun, let's talk about release Artios 2 as well. Keep in mind this is not how it works now, just how it worked back in the day, but when Artio was at her peak, the nipple cripple would go on cooldown instantly after you cast it, rather than waiting until the 6 second duration was up. So basically, as I mentioned earlier, 8.4 second cooldown, take the 6 second duration, and it may as well have just had a 2.4 second cooldown. Add in other CDR modifiers like a Genji's Gab proc on the passive that reduces it by a further 3 seconds, and she could literally have 100% uptime on her cripple at release. Thank God we don't live in those times anymore. Oh, but Artio being a stance switcher means she sacrifices an ultimate, right? No, not really, because apparently an ultimate that literally gives you an entire second kit isn't enough. It also needs to make you fucking Sanic and give you near infinite mana to spam the fuck out of all of your counter abilities. Seriously, how the fuck does 80 MP5 and 24% movement speed for free get past even internal testing at high res? Anyone who knows fucking preschool mathematics can tell you that 80 MP5 is way too much fucking mana. Not to mention you can outspeed boots just from this passive effect alone. So even if you thought you could escape her 2 by running away, nah, she's like 3 times faster than you anyway, so good luck with that. So Artio's other 4 abilities, those being the 1 and 3 in both stances, are actually pretty okay. Yeah, that's not sarcasm. I'm sure by now you're expecting me to meme-mod you into they're actually super dumb, but I think they're fine. Granted, the damage and healing numbers are pretty strong, and of course she has 6 fucking abilities that are all as strong as regular ones instead of being a bit weaker. But for the most part, I have no problems with these. But then there's the final part of Artio's kit we haven't mentioned yet, the passive. Yeah, the ultimate is basically a passive, but then she also has this on top of that. So not only does she get infinite mana and nearly 1.5 sets of boots for free, she also gets 16% protection reduction to enemies she hits with her abilities. So not only does herself do significantly more damage, she also makes her other magical characters' damage spike as well once she stacks this up. You ever been hit by a Silverl? Yeah, try that but with 16% less protections. I can promise you it is not fun. But that's enough ranting for one day. As always, let me know your thoughts on Artio. I know the hate train has died down somewhat since her release, but she's making a comeback recently. If you want to have a say in my next rant and other benefits, consider becoming a patron to the channel, and with that said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, you nerds.